Hello, hello everyone. Welcome to the EJG3 show. My name is Eddie Geller. I am here today with Hlywa, and today we're going to talk about a little baseball. Something that's pretty new on the EJG3 show. Sean, welcome to the show.
Hey, I'm glad to be here, Eddie. I've been a long time listener, first time contributor, and all I gotta say is I'm excited for this.
I am too. I am too. You're a Mets fan. I'm a Yankees fan, and we're going to talk about those teams and those teams only.
That's all right.
We're New Yorkers, fellas. We're New Yorkers.
Mhm.
Okay. First half of the season is done. Yankees, Mets, ups and downs. Sometimes little downs, but we'll start with the Yankees first. Right now they're 53 and 43. That's their record. They're 23 and 24 on the road, which I am not too happy about because I feel like as a Yankees fan, you know, you want to be dominant on the road. I think good teams, if you're good, you gotta win road games.
Yeah, that seems to be the formula for a team that's gonna go far, is a team that wins the home games and then obviously goes on the road and takes care of business. But I feel like that's more a symptom of the teams they have to play. Um, and also perhaps maybe it makes them look bad with the bandbox that is Yankee Stadium, that they can't get the bats going on the road as much, or the pitch doesn't hold up as well on the road as much, where at home they can succeed more.
I mean, they have a dominant road home record, 30 and 19.
Mm.
Um, I think you don't have that short right field. I mean, that is an home field advantage for the Yanks.
I saw a stat, and it could be fake news, but it would be that Cal Raleigh would have only had 28 home runs if he played in Yankee Stadium. Did you see that?
I did not, but thanks for telling me. But
Yeah.
probably,
I just can't believe that's true.
yeah.
Is
I mean,
that
a couple things too is with the Yankees. It was the middle of a stretch when they were facing the Red Sox. They would have bad base running and just making sloppy errors.
Yeah, I saw an interview with, I think it was one of the Dodgers players. It might have been Joe Kelly talking about how they had the Yankees ranked as like the 10th team in the playoffs to face last year, meaning they had pretty much every single team in the playoffs ranked ahead of them as teams they'd rather play against. So when it came to the World Series, they realized if they just played Dodger baseball, the Yankees can't make the routine play. And
I'm sorry. Can we stop talking about last year?
I'm sorry,
I
but
mean,
it's pertinent because they haven't gotten much better, it seems like.
a lot of the same stuff last year is coming back to haunt them this year a little bit.
Your problem is you have a manager that accepts mediocrity. That's your problem. And I could say this with confidence because I watch almost as many Yankees games as I watch Mets games because I don't get Pix 11 and I can't watch the Mets on weekends. So I have to listen to Michael K's voice, get into arguments with the Blue Jays color commentator and watch mediocre defense.
Okay, first of all, I agree. I don't think Michael K should have went after that commentator. It's like, dude, you're bigger
Let
than
him
that.
have one. Just let him have one.
Yeah, I mean, eh, they both want to be in the news.
That's true. That's true. But that Blue Jays series with the Yankees was like another microcosm of the Yankees, the lack of success is the zero protection around Judge in the lineup. They literally pitched around him almost every single at bat. And the at bats they didn't, he had a home run or a friggin' double off the wall. It's right now it's easy to beat the Yankees, and that's a problem that they're gonna have to address at the deadline.
Well, it's not good when you can't beat your foes in your division. Right now they're 10 and 16,
Yeah.
and I'm looking at the standings right now. Toronto is 2 games ahead of the Yanks, but look out for the Red Sox.
I like the
They're
Red
they're on
Sox
a
a lot.
10 game win streak. I know they traded their best player, Devers.
They're better. They've been better
They
since
have.
they traded him.
And when the Red Sox are in this position, they are dangerous.
They've flipped the switch from being potential sellers at the deadline now to, I think, being buyers. There was talks of Bregman going possibly to Detroit, but I think they keep him now. They're playing so well.
They are. They are. Um, you just spoke about Judge. Uh, his season is he's batting 355 with 35 home runs, 81 RBIs. Sean, I feel like me and you've been talking about this forever now. He we know he puts up numbers in the regular season. I don't care about his numbers in the regular season. I care about what he does in the postseason. And his postseason success does not match up with his regular season success. Now, I know you play better pitchers in postseason, that's obvious, but Judge, for some reason, in the playoffs, he just strikes out, not enough homers, not enough ribbies, and he had plenty of chances last year. He just didn't come through with them.
Yeah, no, agreed. I agreed. I don't know. I think baseball is what did Yogi Berra say? It's 90% physical and the other half mental, or the other way around, 90% mental and the other half physical. I think it's probably just in his head at this point because he hits all those good pitches during the regular season. He's a good ball player, but also it's like in the playoffs, you're not going to make a mistake against the guy. And so if the Yankees don't have a good lineup around him, you don't have to throw him a strike.
Yeah, no, I mean, but
Look, I hear you. He's got to prove himself eventually. And the Yankees, just the way their franchise is and the money they're willing to spend, they're always going to be there. They're always going to be there. To
yeah,
be
no,
honest, I don't think this Yankees team is any. I just don't see it this year being the year for them. Losing Cole early certainly didn't help, but
and now they lost Clark Schmidt, who was pitching really good.
you're going to have to make a move at the deadline for pitching. I also think you guys are going to eventually have to address the black hole that's at your shortstop.
Speaking about that, let's talk. Let's go to Anthony Volpe right now.
Well, as you know, I saw
Right,
the
dude,
Mets.
right now he's batting 214, 214 with 91 strikeouts. I mean, that's way too much. Uh, he has 10 stolen bases. Like, bro, hit the ball on the ground. You're a fat. You just need to be a contact hitter. We're not looking for home runs.
And just seeing it with my eyes, because I don't know if you know, but I was at the Met Yankee game, the 5th of July. Volpe swings out of his friggin' shoes every single time, and he did hit a home run that game, actually.
Right, right.
Smoked it. But he swings out of his shoes every single time. He doesn't have any touch, it seems like. There's no nuance to his swing. He's just like 0 to 1,000, and that's all he does. Which is cool if you're good, but it exacerbates the problem if you're not playing well, which I've yet to see him play really well.
Do you think it's? I mean, obviously, he came up pretty young. I mean, Anthony Volpe is what? Uh, he's only
17.
24 years old, which that's old enough. Do you think there's pressure because of the position he plays, or that's just not a non-factor anymore?
No, I think that's probably the same thing with Judge in the playoffs. I think it's this player that's been touted to be the next Jeter since the second he came up. He's the hometown kid. It's like I feel bad for him, but at this point, he's not a playoff caliber shortstop. You can't have him on the roster in the playoffs. What I think the Yankees should do, and this has been told nowhere. You're hearing it now. This is the best take you're ever going to hear. They should get Eugenio Suarez and they should stick him at shortstop because he has played shortstop. There's the Thunder from the right side. There's some, I don't know if he's got great batting average. Sure, you'll probably lose a little bit of defense, but I think he's still a pretty sufficient defensive shortstop. You're not going to put him at third, or you could.
I mean, yeah, I mean you could. I mean, who knows? I mean,
They have Jazz.
Yeah, no, but Shads is gonna play second base now.
Who have they been playing at third base?
Um, well, they played Peraza late in the games. He's probably gonna be on the roster for defense. Um,
I
he
guess
probably
either
needed third
way,
base. I mean, Oswaldo Cabrera. I
I
mean, he had some good moments, but he's not a great hitter.
no, no. What was that? When he came up a couple years ago, he seemed like he was going to be good, and he's just been a bench man ever since.
He's only batting 243 right now.
Yeah. So I guess you get Suarez, and then you plug him in at third or short, probably third, because they're not going to move on from Volpe right now. But I think they should eventually, because I think continuing to let him struggle is not good. Just ask his dad.
Okay. Um, but yeah, no. They probably need to go out and get another infielder. And I mean, we, you got Stan, who just came back. He he was so bad last year in the regular season hitting wise, but then he was lightning in the playoffs. Like he would have hit home run after home run.
Yeah, you couldn't throw him the ball.
Like so, but that's a guy. He's kind of a hit and miss. When he's on, he's one of the best hitters in baseball.
Generally, I feel as if when he's fully healthy, he could still swing the bat. He still needs to be in the lineup for you guys.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
I don't know. It's like you don't play Goldschmidt over him at DH when he's not playing first. You got to have Stanton in there and then hope he doesn't have to run out the bases at all because the guy is slow as molasses. I don't know. I have Stanton in my fantasy baseball team, and he's doing pretty well for me right now.
Yeah. And then you got the left fielder, Jason Dominguez.
That's
Um,
another. You guys got to call up Jones. You got to call up Jones.
why?
What do you mean? Why? What's Dominguez done? He's hitting 250 with like 8 home runs. If
He's
you're
batting two.
satisfied with that, that's okay. You sound like Aaron Boone to me. That's all.
No, I mean, look, he's batting 266. I mean, he's getting a little bit better defensively, but he needs to be better in the postseason. I mean, that's probably my biggest concern with him. Uh, Jason Dominguez in the playoffs. I mean,
I mean, is he has he wowed you in the regular season?
he had some great moments.
Yeah, he's had a walk off here or there, but I mean, his overall body of work hasn't been so impressive. I think you got to give Spencer Jones a shot, right? That's his name, right? I'm not wrong in that. He's killing AAA, didn't he? He's got like 14 home runs in the last, or 7 home runs in the last 14 games or something.
Yeah, but do you want to bring him up right away? I mean, definitely
So
bring
Michael,
him up next year.
so one of the best players in the past quarter century for the Mets. His name is Michael Conforto. He had one of the prettiest left-handed swings that you've ever seen. Okay. The Mets brought him up halfway through the 2015 season, and he was a catalyst for our offense. Him and Yoenis Cespedes were catalysts for our offense down the stretch, and they carried us into the playoffs. And you look at what he did in the playoffs in 2015, and he set like rookie records until Randy Arozarena came around. I think when you have a lineup that has, it seems like as many holes as the Yankees do. Maybe not holes, but you guys are so hot and cold. Your hitters are so hot and cold. I don't think it's a problem to bring up a rookie, and if he struggles, then send him down.
Who do you think the best team in the American League is?
The best team in the American League is got to be the Tigers. Got to be. They got the pitching and the hitting.
Do you believe in the Jays?
Um, Probably not. Probably not. I don't think it's sustainable.
No, I don't either.
I'm more scared of the Rays just because they've done it before, and it seems like every year they just roll out a good product. But
Yeah, look, if I'm a Yankees fan, I don't want any part of Houston. I just think I think I fear Houston more than Detroit. Just because I think, Houston in the past, they've always beat us in the championship games.
they still have Hader.
What's that?
They still have Josh Hader,
Yeah, and Altuve and but
who's actually having a pretty nice season offensively. Altuve is.
I mean they got a plus 56 run differential.
Yeah, no, they're good. They're good, and I think the Hunter Brown revelation was. I don't think people expected him to be nearly as good as he is. I mean, he's right up there with Scooble for the Cy Young Award right now, and then obviously you have Framber Valdez who's still doing what he does every year. So yeah, I mean they're a good ball club and they don't make mistakes.
All right, so recently Yankees released DJ LeMahieu. Um, it's tough as a Yankees fan because I think it's the right decision, but he meant so much to that organization. He had a clutch hit, Game 7. It wasn't a walk-off, but it was a tie-in run, and then Altuve walked it off. He cheated, etc.
Mhm.
But but once they gave him the deal, that 90 million, 6 years, 90 million, you knew that it was going to happen one day. Be it 6 years was way too much. Uh, a lot of injuries, but I thought he was still maybe had some value. But I think they're just playing Chaz. They want to play the young guys. So good luck to DJ, but I think it was the right move overall.
Yeah, no, I think so. When you have a veteran player that takes up that much payroll and he's floundering, why not play some of the younger guys and move Jazz over there who's playing well? It stinks because I've been watching DJ LeMahieu since he was on the Rockies, raking on the Rockies, and he came over and he did his thing for a few years with the Yankees, and he was still one of the best hitters in the game, but he has just fallen right off. And on top of that, he just can't stay on the field anymore.
Yeah, no, but you know what though? He was a dog. He was a dog out there. I mean, you could play him. You could play him anywhere. You could have played him at first, second, third. Uh,
Pitch,
he was a
catch.
multi-positional player, and he added a lot of depth to the Yankees organization.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he'll probably get picked up by like the Red Sox and they'll finish the year hitting 350.
Probably. Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows? Okay. Well, I'll give the Yankees first half grade a B minus. Because they're 2 games back from Toronto. Uh, too many downs, sloppy base running, sloppy fielding. I'm worried about their pitching. Uh, which, by the way, I think we didn't talk to him. We didn't talk about him that much. But Max Fried, or is it Fried or Fried?
Freed.
Uh, he's been an excellent pickup. I wish we had Cole. If we had Cole, Rodon, and Fried, that would have been a great. That would have been probably maybe the best starting pitching in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, Rodon doesn't scare me as much as he used to, but he's having a really nice year. Freed's been excellent. Even maybe beyond that, is is Luis Heel, is he hurt or is he pitching for you guys again?
Uh, I believe he's hurt.
Yeah, losing Schmidt, you guys brought that rookie up who throws 100, but let's see if he sustains with that. But yeah, no, if they had all three of those guys and then maybe somebody stepped up or even beyond that, you made a move at the deadline, they'd be pretty formidable. But at this point, when you got to pitch Marcus Stroman every 5 days, that's a problem.
Yeah. No. Hey. Let's that's it for the Yankees. Let's go to the New York Mets. Uh, their record is 51, 55 and 41. 33 and 14 at home, but on the road, 22 and 27. But they're a half game back of the Phillies. So, what's your take? What's your take on your New York Mets?
Yeah, I'd say the Mets, this the story of the year is also the runs they've gone on. They started off so incredibly hot, and then they floundered. They floundered a lot in June, where they lost 13 of 15, and then they bounced back a little bit. And I think we just dropped a couple to Kansas City, but overall, I'm very pleased with the way the first half had gone. When you look at the ragtag bunch that Stearns put together for a rotation, can you hear my cat?
No.
She's crying. When you look at the rotation that Stearns put together, that is full of guys who aren't good, like Canning. Who is he? Who's Griffin Canning? And he pitched very serviceable until he snapped his Achilles like he's an NBA player. And when you look at that, you look at David Peterson, a guy with the Mets who's been around for a few years, but now he's an all-star. And McGill, Tyler McGill, he's pretty terrible actually, but he had a few good starts in the beginning. So I mean, we sustained for a long time with some mediocre names, and now we're half game back from the Phillies, who have a, a far better rotation on paper than us. I'm I think we're gonna have to make a move for a pitcher at the deadline, but I don't see any reason why we can't go far in the playoffs with what we have now.
Easy there. Let's still talk about the regular season. Uh,
Okay. Mhm.
it was in June they lost like 14 games. Wasn't it 11 out of 14 games or was it?
Yeah, I mean, we don't have to dwell on it, you know.
No, but it was June, correct?
So yeah, something like that. I forget exactly. I think it was June.
But with that losing stretch, you guys are still not in bad shape. I mean, in all seriousness, you guys are half game back. It just shows you every team so far up and down. Even the great Dodgers, they're up and down. I mean, it's a long season. You're gonna
Yeah.
have losing stretches.
Yeah, baseball is it's the war of attrition, as they say, Eddie. It's the war of attrition. Okay, it's about who can be good the longest, and health is the name of the game too. I mean, I don't know if you just saw we had Mania come back, and he just had 7 strikeouts in 3 innings. It's another arm. Uh, we'll be good. That's all I can say. I think we've also lived and died by the top of our order, the top four with Lindor, Nimmo, Soto, Alonso. Even Starling Marte. Starling Marte is a player in my eyes who's pretty similar to a Stanton. The guy just can't stay healthy, but when he plays, his bat is pretty good. And he's been good for us, but the bottom half of our order is kind of terrible. I don't we sent down Alvarez, who was one of our huge prospects a couple of years ago, but he just can't hit at all this year. So we have some pieces, but we did well.
Let's talk about your guy, your the big man who came to
Mm.
the Mets this season, Juan Soto. 265 average, 23 home runs, 56 RBIs. What did you make of him first half of the season?
He started off slow, and it he could have let the New York media swallow him up, but he didn't, and he put his head down, and he's putting together an unbelievable year for us in his first year. I think he's been worth every bit of the contract that he's got, and at this point, he's one of the reasons why we are where we are. And truthfully, I don't see any of these defect. Everybody wanted to say he's a terrible defender. I saw that's how Yankees fans coped with letting him go. He's a terrible defender. He really hasn't made any terrible plays for us, and he hasn't looked lost out there like I thought he would have. So I've been very pleased with Soto. I mean, that's another part of the lineup that with Pete and Lindor, we just never had another guy like that.
Yeah, I think Juan Soto. I mean, look, I loved him for the Yankees. He was a big bat. He was clutch in the playoffs. You know, he did have a hustle issue. down in Fenway Park earlier in the season, but when he's in the zone, he might be the best player in baseball.
That's the thought I've always had. I mean, growing up watching him in the NL East, him and Acuna seemed to go head to head, much like I always thought it was Trout versus Harper. I always thought it was Soto versus Acuna, and I think one bat, you could take one single bat. I would always take Soto over Acuna. Full body of work, player wise, you'd probably go Acuna just because he's got the speed, he's got the fielding, has an MVP. But I've always thought that Soto's hit tool, only looking at his hit tool, other than Judge, or probably the American League MVP Cal Raleigh. I think I think those are the only maybe two other hitters in baseball that are as good as Soto.
I gotta say this: how did he not make the All Star team? I mean, come on! If you're making that much money, you gotta be an All Star.
Is it his fault? I mean, look at some of the people that have made the team over him. You're gonna tell me that he's worse than them? He's had a worse year than Tatis? No. There's the All-Star voting is a joke. It's a joke. And then who they asked to be reserves are a joke. For example, Mets pitcher David Peterson, he didn't deserve to be an All-Star over Ranger Suarez of the Phillies. Or Mizorowski, that rookie for the Brewers, he didn't deserve to be an All-Star over Ranger Suarez. It's a joke. I mean,
But
I,
he,
I don't,
well, I will say this: he's not putting up All Star caliber numbers.
who? Soto?
Yeah.
What do you consider an All-Star caliber number?
Can you hit over 270?
What does batting average matter that much to you?
It
How many
means a
home
lot.
runs does he have?
Okay,
How
my
many
bad. I
Jazz
mean,
Chisholm? What's Jazz Chisholm doing? All right, how is Jazz Chisholm doing?
no,
Does
no,
he deserve
no,
to be an
no.
All-Star?
Let's not compare him to Jeff Chisholm. Let's compare him to Aaron Judge. Come on.
No, it's not. Let's compare Aaron Judge to Cal Raleigh. Let's do that. How many times in this season has Aaron Judge had to squat down and catch a ball game? Oh, zero. Cal Raleigh's done it every single day, and he still leads the American League in home runs with catcher's gear on.
We're talking about Soto here. I mean, come on.
I pivoted.
I mean, come on. If you're making 700 plus $1 million, you gotta make the All Star team. I mean, come on.
I think he's done everything to earn an all-star nod, and I don't think there's a single Mets fan that's been unhappy with the first half of the season for Juan Soto. So, you know what you're doing right now? You're doing your best New York media impression, trying to stir the pot, Eddie, but us Mets fans, we're not going to have it, okay? Who's
Look,
final?
I'm just saying, make the All Star team. I mean, it's not that hard.
It's not that hard. It's not that hard.
But anyways, but your guy, a guy that there were some question marks. Was he going to be back on the Mets? Pete Alonso. What a season he's having so far.
Yeah, he's having, I mean, average wise, he's never hit the ball as much as he's hitting the ball right now. I mean, he's had more power at other points in his career, mostly in the juice ball era, but this is the best full body of work Pete Alonso that we've seen. And and yeah, if Pete Alonso didn't hit that home run off Devin Williams, the new Yankees closer, in the playoffs last year, Pete Alonso I don't think would be a Met right now. But he is, and he's having this year, and I think this is going to solidify him as a Met for the rest of his career. This season he's having now.
Um, what do you think the Mets need to do at the trade deadline?
The Mets need to do the trade deadline. We need bullpen arms. What I would have loved, which I don't think is going to happen anymore, is the Mets go after Aroldis Chapman. He's having the best season of his career, I think, if you look at it, and he's still throwing it at 48 years old. He's still throwing 102 miles an hour. But at this point, the Red Sox seem like well, it would be smart if the Red Sox go all in. Um, but the Mets need a bullpen arm, and the Mets need a starting pitcher.
Now there's a guy that might be on the market, Paul Skeen. Uh,
No.
you know, who knows what the Pirates will do. Uh, Look, I mean, obviously he's an amazing pitcher, but I feel like if the Mets or the Yankees or whoever, I think the Pirates will be asking way too much.
But Paul Skeens is on a rookie contract for like what, the next 3 years. What that means is that whatever team gets Paul Skeens would have him pretty cheap for the next 3 years. The best pitcher in baseball, top three or four best pitchers in baseball. The amount that the Pirates would be asking for Paul Skeens if they were a smart, competent organization would be astronomical. So I don't think there's a single team at this very moment that would be willing to give up what it takes to get Paul Skeens. And I don't think that necessarily Pittsburgh is in a huge rush to dish them off. I mean, they have a few years where they hopefully can put together a good roster around the guy.
Man, he can really pitch though. Oh my gosh. I
Yeah, I
mean,
know.
you kind of this season that he's having kind of reminds me of that Jacob DeGrom season when he was on the Mets.
I
When
don't.
DeGrom won that Cy Young,
Which one? Not the first one. Probably the second one. The
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 second
first
one.
one was record breaking. It was lucky if the opposing team made contact with the ball 3 times in a night. 2019, he got hit harder. He was still the best pitcher in baseball down in the hands of, but Skeens he's unbelievable. I don't know if I'd put him into ground territory yet though.
No, but I'm saying DeGrom season. A bad team who can't really hit. That's what I'm
Hmm.
trying to say.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, that's probably fair. That's probably fair. The run support he's getting is it might be even worse than DeGrom's.
Could be, could be. Now I will say this. As Yankees and Mets fans,
Yeah,
you know, there's something called a Subway Series,
there's
and unfortunately, it was tied 3-3.
yeah.
I feel like there should be 7 games, not six. I'm a little upset that the MLB did this
Yeah.
to New York fans. Like you need a winner.
There should be game 163. And they should have the last game of the year be the tiebreaker.
Exactly, exactly. But you know what? We beat you guys um in Yankee Stadium. You guys crushed us, demolished us at City Field, and I gotta say, why is Volpe throwing the ball at Judge and hitting him in the face?
Because he's an angry guy. He's an angry guy. He
Like,
hears it's this is what happens. Yankee fans, they come to City Field so they can boo Volpe and not be looked down upon. This is what happens. This is how you all feel about him. And I don't look, I have sympathy because I think he's probably a good kid, but he's not a Yankee shortstop. He's not.
no, I don't think he's the future.
I I mean friggin' Didi Gregorius, that guy was a good shortstop for you
Oh,
guys.
I liked him a lot.
That guy used to hit bombs.
Yeah.
But I mean, you guys have had competent shortstops, not IKF. That was your problem. You guys refused to pay a good. You guys refused to pay Corey Seager, and tell me if I'm wrong. You guys instead of going after Corey Seager, you guys went for IKF because you had so much faith that Volpe was going to pan out, and now it's not looking good.
Hey, there's still time. There's still time. Um, One last thing. Who do you think is the best team in Major League?
Best team
We're not don't not about records. Who do you think's the best team?
with everybody healthy.
Yeah.
If everybody's going to be healthy, I mean the Dodgers. They've Shohei who's pitching now. They have Yamamoto. I don't know if they're going to get Snell back. I don't know if they're going to get Glasnow back. I don't know if they're going to get God back. I think they have Jackie Robinson coming back. I think they have Hank Aaron. I think they have Lou Gehrig starting at first base. They're just loaded.
Hey, thank you for naming the Yankee players. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Um, no, I would probably say the Dodgers, but I think the best team that matches up well against the Dodgers right now is probably the Padres.
Oh yeah. Oh, the Padres terrified me last year in the playoffs.
Like Machado, Tatis, they just have dogs who just don't fear to. And that series,
Well, they faced the Dodgers how many times in a year? I mean, so these guys who every other team, this is the first time they've seen them in God knows how long, the first time they play in the playoffs. The Padres aren't afraid. They're not intimidated by them.
yeah, no, for sure, sure.
The Giants are better than the Padres right now, though.
Um,
The Giants might be the best team in the NL West right now.
no, let's see here. No, actually, Padres and San Francisco basically have the
Well,
same record.
yeah, they
Uh,
do.
Padres
Run,
are Padres are 52 and 44. Giants are 52 and 45.
yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, it's close between them.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe the Cubs too. The Cubs are really good. I
yeah,
forgot about them.
the Cubs are pretty good too. Um, hey, uh, we got 2.5 months till postseason starts,
We do.
and I'm pretty jacked up. Uh, I will say this: both Yankees fan and Mets fan, It's about October.
Mhm.
It's about October. I mean, let's just get through the regular season, get healthy, and let's just make some noise. I mean, like you said, the Mets home field advantage is probably best home field advantage in baseball. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think the Yankee Stadium is home field advantage. Maybe the old Yankee Stadium that was home field advantage, but not this Yankee Stadium.
Yeah, I can't speak on that. I've never been to any of the Yankee stadiums, but I can speak on City Field, and I think it's the best park in baseball. I really do. I spent quite a bit of time at Fenway, and Fenway doesn't hold a to City Field, so I think I'd agree with that.
Hey, yo, I just want to say I appreciate you coming on the show and go Yankees.
Ah, I don't know. I don't know about that. Cal Raleigh MVP.
Hey, go Mets.
All right, go Mets. Thank you.
All right,
See you, buddy.
see ya.